Alrighty, this is going on page 137 when we're done, I think. Oh, shoot, I already forgot. I was right. So I forget once I do that. Alrighty, so we did intro into sequences yesterday. We came up with some patterns on our own, but like I told you yesterday, I'm going to give you an equation that will help you make those yourself so that you don't have to think about, do I add 1? Am I multiplying by 3? It works out pretty easily, which is kind of the thought process that your brain's going through anyway, and you just don't even realize it. All right, so let me give you a couple definitions first. So first we have what's called an arithmetic sequence, okay? That's just a different form of the word arithmetic, like math, right? So an arithmetic sequence is a sequence in which the difference is important here, difference between any two consecutive, so let's talk about consecutive. So the difference means I'm going to subtract, right? Consecutive means one right after the other. So a sequence in which the difference between any two consecutive terms is constant. I know. Yeah, there's a lot of words in this stuff just because you got to have the definitions of these. And constant's important. That means like yesterday when we looked at the difference between the terms, we were just adding 5, adding 5, adding 5 or whatever. That was a difference that was constant, like it wasn't changing. Then we have what's called the common difference that goes with arithmetic sequences. And it is the numerical difference. Numerical meaning I'm getting an actual number. It's not some sort of expression or anything. Numerical difference between any two terms. And the variable is D. D for difference. And so when we're adding 5, adding 5, adding 5, that would mean the difference is 5, so D would equal 5 in that situation. It's that easy. Alrighty, so we're just going to do 2 of these little examples here to talk about difference. It says determine the common difference, then find the next 4 terms in the sequence. So in number 1, what's the common difference here? 8, right? 8 here, 8 here. So I'm adding 8, right? So D equals 8. We're not even coming up with a little equation yet, just D equals 8, and then we want the next, what did it say, 4 terms. So that means 61 plus 8 is 69, and then I add 8 and I get 77. Then I add 8 and I get 85, and then I add 8 and I get 93. You didn't even need a calculator. Good job. All right, easy enough? All righty, so then number 2, what's the common difference here? I'm subtracting 3, so the common difference then is going to be a negative 3, right? So you got to make sure you're keeping the signs with that. So if I'm adding 8, it's a positive 8. If I'm subtracting 3, that means D equals a negative 3. Those signs are important there. So then I need the next 4 terms. So if I subtract 3 from negative 19, I get negative 22, then negative what? 25, negative 28, negative 31. Okay, so y'all got the hang of that, right? We're not doing 3 and 4. I think you get the hang of it. It's plenty. All right, so then, now remember on some of the other ones where we didn't have a common difference, those are a different kind of sequence. They're not an arithmetic sequence. So right now, that's all we're going to get where we actually get a common difference. So it says the nth term, talk about everything in terms of n's. The nth term of any arithmetic sequence, that means you have to have that common difference, can be found using this. A sub n equals D, which is the difference, times n minus 1 plus A sub 1. What does A sub 1 mean? The first term. So A sub 1 is the first term, and D is the common difference that we found. So instead of having to reason through these like we did yesterday to figure out what that was to come up with a little equation, it's just going to happen for us if we can figure those things out. So when we look at number 5, what's the difference? Oh, I did. Difference. oh goodness. Okay. Difference. I left out a bunch of letters, didn't I? I sure did. Oh goodness. I didn't even just misspell it. I gave up and only did part of it. Difference. There we go. Is that better? Is that right? Now I feel like I spelled that wrong. Okay, let's go. Defense. Okay. So then if I look at number 5, the things I have to have D and A sub 1. So what's the common difference here? What is it? 6. So D equals 6 and A sub 1 equals 7, right? So I substituted in here. A sub n is equal to D is 6 times n minus 1 plus A sub 1, which is 7. So that means I get A sub n is equal to 6n minus 6 plus 7, which means A sub n is equal to 6n plus 1. All right. Yeah, well, we're going to have to, we're not finished with the problem, but we got that much. Are we good with that so far? Yes. Yes. Even with my bad handwriting, yes, it's always a subscript. Then, and this one is not a subscript, for sure. So then I want to find A sub 32. That means that's equal to 6 times 32 plus 1. Oh. A sub 32, what's that going to give me? I'll let you get a calculator. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to do it with 1. It's 193, so you get 192. I went very good. The more you try and do this without the calculator, the better off you're going to be, I promise. These things should come quicker to you. You learn how to manipulate those numbers, and you're a lot better off. Okay. Any questions at all on that? There aren't any units on this because we don't know what it is. All right, so let's look at number 6. Okay. Got that. That's how many cats. All right, so what is your common difference here? We're subtracting 11, right? So D is equal to negative 11. A sub 1 is equal to 4. So that means that A sub n is equal to negative 11 times, n minus 1. Why cannot I write anything correctly today? N minus 1 plus 4. So A sub n equals negative 11n plus 11 plus 4. A sub n equals negative 11n plus 15. Then I want A sub 24. It's going to be negative 11 times 24 plus 15. Negative 249. Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah. Exactly. See? Thank you. It's just, you're my witness. It's a lot of times it is faster than using a calculator, for sure. All right, y'all do number 7 on your own then. Yeah, do number 7. No, we're not going to do number 8. I don't need to do that many of them. that what y'all got for a sub n at least? Is that what you got for the equation? Yeah, I didn't put the answer up there yet. Then let's talk about getting the answer. Maybe I shouldn't have let you get a calculator today. Let's talk about getting the answer without the calculator. What this is going to be is 4 times 45 minus 27, if I was showing my work, right? Multiplying anything by 4 is doubling it and then doubling it again. So what's 2 times 45? 90. We know that from, right? And then 2 times 90 is 180. So 4 times 45 is 180. Subtract 27. Well, if I subtract 20, I'm at 160. Then subtract 7 more, and I'm at 153. Right? Do it in parts like that. Yeah, 153. Well, you can do that. That's fine. There's lots of different ways to do it. Oh, both of these parts is the answer. I just didn't put any of the work there. But we're all good? Yes? All right, flip it over then. So on the back here, oh, I don't know why I just did that either. I am really off my game. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite this equation that we had. It's a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. Just writing that so that we have that blanket statement there. So it says use the information here. Use the information given to find the indicated value. But we're looking for different things. Now, we're not always looking for the same thing. So the first thing we want to do on these is write down a sub n equals d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. Then, like any other formula, you substitute everything in that you know. I don't know a sub n. That's what I'm actually looking for, a sub 36. So this is a sub 36 is equal to d is 7 times n minus 1. What's n? What's n? 36. Because this is a sub n. So n is 36. So 36 minus 1 plus a sub 1, which is 29. Nobody's asking me for an equation. They're asking me for just a value, right? And so then I can just work that out. You can put it, yeah, you can put it all in the calculator. No, that's fine. You can put that in the calculator exactly like it looks. And as long as you put it in there correctly, it'll give you the right answer. Or you can work it out without that. It's fine too. Yes, 274. It's 274. We good? All right. So then 10 is a little bit different, right? Look at number 10. It gives me a sub 22. It's asking me for a sub 1. So I need to write down my equation here. I've got a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. Well, a sub n, I know what that is. That's this right here. It's negative 156. That's equal to d, which is negative 9, times, what's n? 22 minus 1 plus a sub 1, which is what I'm looking for, right? Now, let's just talk about process here. Because, yes, I can get 21 and do 9 times 21, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I could also, well, actually, that's what I'm going to have to do here. Never mind, because I can't divide that by 9. Never mind, back up. I was going to lie to you. So I got negative 156 equals negative 9 times 21 plus a sub 1. I'm going the wrong way with that one. Glad I didn't finish the sentence. And then, well, I was going to say that you could divide by 9 first, but you can't because it's not here. Like, I mean, like if there's an x in here, we could have done that. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. So I got negative 156 equals, what's negative 9 times 21? Negative 189. Plus a sub 1. So what do I do to get a sub 1 by itself? I add 189 to both sides, which means a sub 1 is a positive what? 30. Because look, and when you do that, basically you're subtracting 156 from 189, right? Start by subtracting 150, so you're left with 39. Then you subtract 6 more, and you're at 33, instead of worrying about borrowing and carrying and whatever else. Okay. Everybody good? All right. Let's find D, and then I will have you do I'll have you do a couple of them. So we're going to write down a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. I substitute in everything I know. Do you know a sub n? Yes, it is 107. That's equal to d, which we don't know. What's n? 25 minus 1, and then plus 11. So I can go ahead and subtract 11 from both sides. What does that leave me with on the left? 96. So 96 is equal to, and then 25 minus 1 is 24. So d times 24. Then I can divide, and d equals 4. Close enough. Okay. Everybody okay with all that? Any questions? All right. So let's look at number 12. I want to find a sub 13, but, so let's go ahead and write down what we have and what we know and what we want to find, okay? So I want to write down that I have a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. All right, so I'm looking for a sub 13. Okay, so let's think about that. So if I don't know what this is, I would know what n is. It would be 13. I have a sub 1, but I wouldn't have the difference that I need, right? But let's take what they did give me. If they gave me this as the a sub n, let me start from there. I got negative 199 is equal to the difference that I don't know times, since I used negative 199, the n is 18 minus 1 plus 5. So this equation is not going to lead me directly to this, but it'll give me the difference that I need. And then once I have that, can I go find the other? Yes. So we got to find the difference. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. That'll give me negative 204. That's equal to d times 17. So then d is going to equal what? Negative 12, right? Okay, so I boxed it, but that's not really my answer, right? But I needed it. So now, using this same a sub n thing, this time I'm looking for 13. So I'm looking for a sub 13. That's equal to negative 12 times n is 13 minus 1 plus 5. So this is going to give me negative 12 times 12 plus 5. It's negative 144 plus 5, so a sub 13 equals negative 139. Any questions at all? Yeah. All right, why don't y'all try number 13? Just kidding. Never mind. Actually, I'm going to do 13. I'll let y'all do 14, because 13 is where my brain was trying to go a minute ago. We've got so I'm going to write down a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. So a sub n, I've got that. It is negative 76, right? That's equal to the difference, which is negative 5, times n, which I don't know, minus 1, plus a sub 1, which is a negative 21. So I could have written minus 21, but I'd already written my plus, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm trying to get n by itself. I could distribute that negative 5, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just going to show you that you don't necessarily have to. I'm going to go ahead and add 21 to both sides. And when you do that, what do you get? Negative 55, yes, equals negative 5 times n minus 1. And then here, you can distribute, there's nothing wrong with it, but I could divide both sides by 5, right? So this is going to give me by negative 5. So it's going to be 11 is equal to n minus 1, so n is equal to 12. That process can come in handy sometimes when it's yucky to distribute, and it just makes things nicer. You'll get the exact same answer if you had distributed up here and made it all into one thing. It doesn't matter either way, okay? Yeah. All right, now you do 14. That's why if it was in the box, it wouldn't have happened. You can put the charger in there too. Do I need a bigger box? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Quit bouncing the ball and work this problem. You don't have anything written down. How many times does 13 go into 325? 25 times. Okay. Good deal. Good. I'm proud of you for that. All right. Any questions at this point? Y'all got this? You just have to basically know that formula, which is something that I'll give you. You just have to know how to use it and be able to manipulate your algebra. And by this point, that manipulation of the algebra should be a piece of cake. All right, so now we are being asked to write explicit and recursive formula for each one. What we just did is explicit, but this time it's easier because we don't have to try and figure out what it is. We just know what it is, right? So no skip. We've got this a sub n is equal to d times n minus 1 plus a sub 1. By the way, if you actually wrote this down every single time you use it like I just did, there's no memorizing. You'll just know it because you've done it so long, right? I always use the example like when you come to school and you meet people in class, you make new friends. Like, do you go home with a list of names and try and memorize them and make flashcards for your friends? No, little pictures and no, you just know their names because you use them over and over, right? So same thing. Okay. So here, what is the common difference? Plus 2. So d is equal to 2. A sub 1 equals negative 19. So a sub n is equal to 2 times n minus 1 minus 19. Then we're supposed to clean it up. So a sub n is equal to 2n minus 2 minus 19. So a sub n equals 2n minus 21. So is that explicit or recursive? Explicit. So this is your a sub n equals 2n minus 21. Recursive just means we're kind of talking about the pattern, right? That we're adding to, adding to, adding to. So we have to define the first term. A sub 1 equals negative 19. And then we say a sub n equals a sub n minus 1. That means the term before it. And we add 2. And since we defined the first term, this only works when n is greater than or equal to 2. And all this is your answer. I don't even know why I'm boxing it because it's in a box, but whatever. I just box everything. Yeah, I box everything. All right, we good? Y'all do the last one. You got this. Piece of cake. And you're going to get to omit some from your homework. It's exciting too, isn't it? No. Yeah. It's exciting, right? No, there's no multiplying. All right. All right. Do you agree with what I have? What questions do you have? Ask me questions. Okay. Good, 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 good. Yeah. Okay, so on your assignment, you can omit 16 through 21 on the back. Ooh, yeah, 16 through 21 on the back. You got it. These should go pretty quick, right? The notes went quick. You have over 15 minutes to work right now. So if you get to work on this, you're going to get a lot done. Okay? Unless you're Hector and you just stare at me and pretend to work. I know.